So my friend's mother-in-law came out while we're shooting guns and brought this out and asked if I could figure out what it was and see if I can get it fixed. As you can see, it's a lot less rusty than it used to be. I cleaned off the barrel just to figure out what the extent of the damage was. But you can see there's a bit of pitting going on here. So we're gonna have to figure out how clean we can get this and re-blue it. Doesn't look like it's too bad. So the structural integrity of this barrel is not going to be compromised, but it's not going to look like it was when it was new. That's for sure. So this is going to be kind of like a 2-in-1 kind of video because I cannot find anything on YouTube about how to break one of these down to clean them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in this video so you guys can see the process and that. Also the process of me restoring this back close to as new as possible. So one of the first steps is we need to get the barrel off, okay? So part of that is you're gonna have to bring these to half cock, okay? That's so hammers can't drop. Basically the safety of the shotgun, okay? And you're gonna take this pin right here and you're gonna push it in and it's gonna go out the other side. Make sure you're holding right here so it doesn't just fall off on you. What it's going to do is you're going to lift up and it's going to come off. So now you're left with the barrel and the stock with all the rest of the components on the stock still. This is a 12 gauge shotgun made by Pedersoli and it's basically a muzzle loader. And the way it works is with percussion caps. So similar to how this works, this 1858 Remington, okay? If you look at the back here, you can see these little nipples and that's where the caps go to fire the black powder. Same thing with this shotgun. You're gonna have these nipples here, which are gonna come off and we're gonna clean all this when we get down to the barrel part. So, in order for us to get this off, which by the way, I just want to note, these are actually case hardened, which means they have that rainbow effect, which they're pretty bad shape right now. So I'm hoping we can get those to go back. Anyways, first thing you want to do is you want to get these two screws out. It's hard to do with one hand, so sorry if my view is a little messed up here. Okay. And these should just lift off. And if you look, they have the whole assembly is all one piece. You get your springs and your sears and all that for your hammer. And this bar right here on the bottom is actually what the trigger pushes up against, which drops the hammer. I'm gonna get this other side off. Now this might have to go to full cock to get it off. There it goes. Same thing on this side. Now we're not gonna take these completely apart. That might be for another video because they're not that bad shape. I have to do some work on them. This screw is loose. Interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead. Drop them in this bucket of hops here so they can soak. Now we're going to bring this upside down here. Now, In order for us to get this guard off, we're going to have to take out these 2 screws here. So hopefully I can do this with one hand. Ooh. Thought me flopping this thing over on its side. Okay. Then we're going to get this one. Pain in the butt, huh? Then this top screw right here is going to have to come out. See a bit of rust built into these screws too. No bueno. You see it's quite long, and that's because it goes through and it grabs onto this bottom section. So this should, in theory, just lift out like so. And now you're left with just this part. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So now that screw and this top strap here, we're going to go ahead and take that out. And we got this piece. Now I also want to note, when you're putting this these assemblies back on for the hammers, this shorter screw is going to go in the back and this longer screw is going to go towards the front. Now this piece here, you can see this metal piece, the screw is going to be inside the actual stock. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this one out. Let's get that part off. I'm going to go and keep that with this part so we don't lose it. Looks like we got a little spider living in there. There's the barrel on. On both sides there's screws. We have to take those out to get that off. Let's see here. Oop. Goes. There's that one. And it looks like these screws are a little bit longer than the other side. Looks like a retaining screw for the slide here. Oh, there's a slide. And we could probably take a screwdriver here, pop that one off. And it looks like the side on the right is going to be 18, but this looks bent. We're probably going to have to flatten that back out. Maybe not. Looks like they're supposed to have a little bit of a bend to them. Anyways, we're going to clean those up real good. These are easy to get off. You want to push this pin in, flip that up. Pulls right off. I've already got the butt plate off. Also with the butt plate, the upper side is going to have the longer screw and the shorter screw is going to be at the bottom. Okay, so the stud here, you take a adjustable wrench. You can loosen it up that way. When you take it off, don't lose that gasket. It's on the bottom here. And now, the stock is completely disassembled. And we're going to get started on cleaning all this up. So I'm wiping down this stock, trying to get it nice and clean. It seems like it's cleaning pretty good so far. But if you look at this thing, you can see how beautiful this shotgun was before it sat for so long. I mean, look at the tooling. Like I said, you can still buy these. You can buy the Pedersoli 12 gauge. This is a standard version. I noticed there's a little bit of gold inlays in some of the parts on here, but they're so worn down. I'm probably going to end up just removing all that so I can refinish a lot of these pieces the correct way. But the stock is going to come out really nice when I'm finally finished with it. There's only a couple nicks here and there. So we'll just keep pushing on and see how nice we can get everything else. Hopefully we can get it back close to stock. Okay, to save time and to make sure my videos aren't exceeding too far, I'm going to go ahead and make this part 1. Okay, so we're going to have 2 parts of this this section on this shotgun, possibly even 3. So far we're already done with the breakdown part, which I already said I want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I have a breakdown video, also have a full restoration. So we'll go ahead and just make part 1 the breakdown, partial breakdown, because we didn't take apart those hammer assemblies. So by the way, these nipples will unscrew the wrench and come right off. So we're gonna go ahead and make this part 1, and I'll see you guys on the next one for part 2.